I wasted 7 years of my life. I was thinking I wasn't cut out for sales. I'd help clients make more money doing meaningful work they love, build and scale businesses, have happier, healthier, more fulfilling, and better lives. But somehow I still felt like I wasn't enough, like I was failing. So I want to share with you what I wish someone shared with me sooner. I was told to push, to manipulate, to coerce, and use urgency in sales to grow my business. I mean, that's what was required to be successful, right? I mean, after all, that's what all the gurus online were doing and they were successful. So that's what I thought that it took. And I remember saying to myself, that's not me, but if that's what it takes, I guess I can do it. Mind you, I had no point of reference. I'd come from being a corporate CPA at a big four accounting firm, and selling was quite different than what was being taught for online sales. And so I remember trying to fit myself in a box that didn't feel good, but what I thought was what it took. And I said, okay, well, I want to be successful, so this is what I'll do, until it didn't work. I mean, I remember like two things that really, really, really bothered me. The first was when people would say, I'm a number one best-selling author on Amazon, knowing that that's a rigged system. It's a strategy where anyone can be a number one bestseller online with this strategy, and you're a number one bestseller online in a subcategory for a short period of time, and you don't even have to sell a lot of books. And I'm like, but you're okay saying you're number one bestseller on Amazon when we all know there's a strategy that you can achieve that without even having to sell a lot of books? Or when I was taught to say, I have the solution, or I am the business coach, when the truth is, I'm a solution out of millions. I'm a business coach out of millions. And this is what I was taught to do. And so I remember thinking, I'm just not good at sales. I'm just not good at sales, because if this is what it takes and I don't feel comfortable doing this, I tried doing it, then I'm just not good at sales. And it was interesting because when I was in my executive coaching business, I would have colleagues say, well, how do you have clients for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, up to 8 years, re-enrolling in your program or enrolling and saying yes to your $5,000, $10,000, $12,000 plus offer? And because I thought that I wasn't good at sales, I would just say, because I'm a good coach, because I help clients achieve the results. Because me in sales, I just thought, I'm just not good at sales. That's not what's for me. Because here's the kicker. I would lose clients to other coaches who were using these toxic sales tactics. And sometimes I would even lose to people who achieve a level of success with me, but then when they wanted to go to their next level, they would go work with these guru coaches who I could see and I knew were using manipulative sales tactics. So I was really stuck. And what my mind would tell me was not only that I'm not good at sales, but I'm not enough. I don't have enough, right? Like, I don't have enough sales experience, sales training. Mind you, I was investing in sales training and books and webinars, but I just kept on saying that I'm just not good at sales and I'm just not enough. And so when God told me to pivot my business and teach sales, I'm like, what? I'm not good at sales. And for 7 years, I was in disobedience, and I continued working as an executive coach and did not pivot my business to become a business coach and help Christ-centered, visionary leaders, owners with their sales because I just thought I'm not good at sales. And so because I didn't think I was good at sales and that I wasn't enough, and because I was losing clients, and particularly clients who achieved a level of success were not staying with me, right? When they wanted to go to their next level, they weren't staying with me. And so it affected my sales. It affected my growth. It affected my confidence. It affected everything because all those things were happening because I didn't believe God. And so the doubt, then there was discouragement, then there was definitely distortion, right? I'm not good at it. Then there was discouragement, all the things of the enemy, right? And then there was division between me and God. And that's when I got into a season where I was stressed, depressed, and all the rest. Until finally I said, after taking a sabbatical on my business, when I really wanted to quit and God kept saying, don't quit. I'm just like, this is not working, right? Like I have plateaued and this is just not working. And I wanted to quit, but I didn't want to quit my assignment. I just had to quit what I was doing. I had to quit how I was thinking. I had to quit how I was showing up. I needed to do something radically different. And for me, taking a sabbatical in my business was the first radical thing that I needed to do. And maybe you've heard that story. You can hear more about it in the video where I talk about how I went from being a corporate CPA to business coach and talking about that. And the realization, finally, when I accepted, okay, God, I'm going to do your way, was that it's not that I'm not good at sales. It's that I am not good at sales the way that it was taught. Because sales is a skill, right? Because when I said, okay, God, I'm going to go all in and you want me to teach sales, I'll teach sales. And I thought, okay, I'm going to teach something that I believe everyone knows. And the female entrepreneurs were like, oh my God, that's amazing. And I'm thinking, you don't know that? And what's so amazing about that? That's like nothing. That's like a little sprinkle. And then the more that I shared what I knew about sales, because I had developed a way that, okay, if I'm going to sell, I got to sell that works for me, that's in alignment with my values, that's in alignment with how I buy, because we sell how we buy. And I don't like to be coerced. I don't like to be manipulated. I don't buy that way. And in fact, when I feel it's coming on, I can feel a level of resistance, right? And so then I began to realize, wait a minute, I actually am good at sales. It's so interesting because I was having certain results where people were saying, yes to my offers in a single sales conversation. And I didn't even realize, like, that's pretty amazing, where people are paying you on the spot. And again, I began to realize, wait, it's not that I'm not good at sales. It's that I had believed that lie. It's that I'm integral. That the way in which I was taught sales is what I'm not good at and what I don't want to be good at. But sales is a skill. And I just needed to learn a way to sell in a way that aligns with my values, a way that aligns with God's will, God's way, and God's word. And it's like, whoosh! When that happened, the amount of freedom I began to experience, the level of peace I began to experience, the level of confidence I began to experience was unprecedented, and what followed, the level of results. And so I would hear over and over again with clients when I finally said yes to God and finally got in alignment with his purposes and plan for my business and began teaching sales. And a lot of women would say to me, female entrepreneurs, well, I'm not good at sales. And I'm like, no, like it's not that you're not good at sales. And then as I started to help them unlearn the lies that they had been believing about sales, which is the hard part, right? Because sales is easy to do when you know how to do it. The hard part is unlearning all of the toxic, manipulative, coercive strategies and tactics that you thought and were programmed to believe, not only by gurus, but by different systems, whether that's family system, whether that's church systems, whether that's cultural systems, whether that's Hollywood systems. When you unlearn those that are so deep embedded because we've been programmed to believe them, and you start to learn and adopt sales strategies, sales principles that align with who you are and align with your values. And it's like, whoa, this is not hard. Like, I've done hard things in life, like caring for my aging parent. Now that's hard. Selling a 5-figure, 6-figure offer, no, that's not hard. Unlearning the lies that I've been programmed to believe, well, that's challenging. That's not impossible, but that can be hard, right? Taking my thoughts captive and replacing them with God's word, well, that can be challenging, right? But that's not hard. And so this is what I just wish someone told me, that they told me, no, the reason that you think you're not good at sales and you've been telling yourself, I'm just not good at sales and I just can't sell and, I'm just not a sales leader like you are, is because the methods and the ways that you were taught are not in alignment with your values. It's not that you're not good at sales. It's that you're integral. I want you to know that. And so if you've been making this mistake and it's been causing you anxiety and overwhelm and frustration because you've been working harder than you need to work, you have been frustrated because you're not meeting your sales goal, you've been disappointed and frustrated with people who you've helped them achieve a certain level of success, but then they don't continue working with you. Or because you haven't created an opportunity for them to continue working with you. And you're wondering, is this really meant for me? I know that I am created to be impactful and I want to be more impactful because God has told me that, but this doesn't seem to be working because I'm just not good at sales. That is a lie that you've been telling yourself. And there's probably other lies that you've been telling yourself. So I've created a brand new training that's going to help you. It's on the 7 biggest money mistakes that female entrepreneurs make that keep them from millions. Because I know if you've been telling yourself you're just not good at sales, chances are you're making these other money mistakes that are robbing you from more peace, more joy, more freedom, more clients, more customers, more sales, and more money in your business and life. And I agree with you, friend. Now is your time. So let me ask you a question. Do you want to learn how to raise your prices without feeling guilty and adding more to your plate? Let me know in the chat if that's something you want to learn. Or let me know, do you want to understand why premium clients aren't finding you and how to attract people who are ready to invest at the highest level? Let me know in the chat if that's something you want to learn. And lastly, do you want to learn how you can have 5-figure and 6-figure launches without overworking, without over delivering, and without burnout? Let me know in the chat. If you said yes to any of those, this is what you're going to get in this free training and the bonus workbook. It's not a workout, it's a workbook. So go ahead, you can click on the link in the description box, and even I'll make it really easy. You can go ahead and click on the link in the pinned comments, because I don't want you to make these same mistakes. I wish these mistakes were told to me so I didn't have to waste 7 years of my life. So go ahead, let me know if you're if you've signed up and you're getting your hands on this information so that you can stop making these big money mistakes and stop keeping yourself from millions. Okay, I cannot wait to see you inside. Until then, take care. God bless. Love you. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when we release a new video. Then click the TV to watch the next video. Go to altheamcintyre.com to get your free training on the 7 biggest sales mistakes that keep you from 7 figures.